Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in today to today's fire weather briefing. I'm Leanne Allegretto, and I'll be taking you through the upcoming impacts and weather expected this week. So to begin, I'll highlight the time period beginning today, which is, of course, Sunday, and continue through the Tuesday time frame. We're going to be under the influence of a weak upper-level system during this time, and both this afternoon and Monday afternoon will have relatively unstable conditions as a result. This will help promote isolated showers and thunderstorms, which should remain mostly along the Continental Divide and not make much progress westward through the day Monday. The area of best precipitation chances are shown here within the dashed line colored in green. Unfortunately for our folks near to the Idaho state line and across central Idaho, this won't provide much moisture for you, but it will keep temperatures somewhat cooler under this regime, and that goes for area-wide, basically. Maybe more of a note to many of you will be the weak but steadily strengthening temperature inversions developing over the course of this period. I've spoken with a lot of individuals on area fires in the past couple of days, and they've reported that the inversions have been plaguing them basically over the weekend, and this scenario certainly won't be improving, especially come midweek, which I will address next. So by midweek, specifically Wednesday and Thursday, temperatures will be warming significantly, with humidity lowering to the lowest readings that we're expecting all week. Poor recoveries are expected overnight during this time, and inversions should be fully in place with thermal belt strengthening area-wide. We are going to be paying special attention to this in our forecast in the coming days, especially with the prefrontal atmosphere we're expecting before Friday, which could be red flag material by the time it rolls around. So we'll keep an eye on this. But for now, here are the projected min and max humidity values estimated for both Wednesday and Thursday. You can see across central Idaho and a lot of places in western Montana, we'll be dipping down into the mid-teens, even the low teens in some select areas. And then, of course, overnight, not much help in the way of humidity recoveries. So here is probably the big story maker in the entire forecast period, and that's the backdoor cold front, which is expected at this time to arrive early Friday morning. I should note that right now, looking at forecast models, there are still some discrepancies between them, which has left us with a little bit lower confidence on trying to time the arrival of and the passage of this front. So everything I'm talking about right now in this slide is mostly estimated based on what we're seeing currently. I've tried to give you a ballpark idea of what we could expect on Friday timing-wise, but I'm sure this will vary with time, as the models come in and they try and straighten themselves out. But here in the animation, I show just one forecast model solution on the frontal passage, and it has it crossing the northern Rockies Friday before finally exiting well to the east by late Saturday. And I think most of the models that I've looked at this morning and discussing with my coworkers, it does put this frontal passage on Friday morning. How long it takes to get across the northern Rockies and how much precipitation, that's a little bit more in question. But if you dig down in the details, both western Montana and central Idaho should experience a pretty hefty wind shift on Friday morning, like I said, with winds increasing and becoming pretty gusty. I do have some values written down here, but again, these are total estimates and are subject to change as the forecast models do, and I'm sure they will. Generally speaking, if you look at the values I have here, it does appear that western Montana's winds will be a great deal stronger than those that will occur in central Idaho. We will continue to evaluate this situation and keep you up to date, but in the meantime, feel free to give us any calls with any questions or concerns you have leading up to this. Like I said, it could be a red flag type of environment come this time later in the week, so I think all eyes will be on this as we approach it. So that about does it for today's briefing. By the next briefing, which is this Thursday, we'll have a much better idea of the fine details of this front. So be sure to tune in, and in the meantime, like I said, give us a call, ask us anything in the near term, extended, doesn't matter, and we'll try and help you out. That's it. Thanks, and have a good week.